Okay, let me see if Galpin got those changes. Galpin, did you get those script changes? Galpin? Galpin, did you get those script changes? Galpin? Galpin!
Oh, sorry, Toiley, what's up?
What's with the headphones? Are those to monitor the show?
Yes, that, and so I can take a break from you every now and then.
Take a break from me? Why would you need to take
Show's starting. Places, Toiley.
What? Oh, places, everybody, here we go!
Live from Hollywood, it's Wednesdays with Toiley. With Toiley's special guest, comedian, actor, and songwriter Bill Larkin. Plus, a visit with John B. deHaas. I'm your announcer, Galpin Ford, and now, here's your host, Toiley T. Paper.
Thank you very much, thank you. Welcome to another episode of Wednesdays with Toiley. We have a fantastic guest tonight. Our guest is the amazing Bill Larkin. But before we get to Bill, let's check in with our good friend, John B. deHaas.
It's Dr. John deHaas now. Thank you.
Dr. John deHaas, congratulations on your graduation, John.
Thank you. You like the hat?
I like your hat. You've got the University of Denver shirt on. It's fantastic.
I do. I got it all.
It looks fantastic. Congratulations. Now, what are you going to... John, I'm going to ask you the question most parents ask. Most parents ask, what are you going to do with your life now?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I got my Master of Arts in creative writing, so I'm going to continue writing creatively. I got a couple ideas in mind to play some stuff for yours truly, of course.
That's right. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, you can count on the quality of the writing on this show improving next week.
Vastly.
Starting
Leaps
next
and
week.
Bounds.
Leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds was my... Shut up! Okay. Leaps and bounds? All right. Hey,
that sounds like yes.
Yeah. Hey, John, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What was your first music album? Like your first album that you saved up money to buy?
That's a great question.
I know! See, the writing's improving already!
I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it, but I think it was Barry Manilow live.
What's wrong with that? That's class.
Well, it's just kind of because then my second one was like Styx Pieces of Eight. Now there we're talking classic rock, and that was a good thing to buy.
Yeah.
But I think it was Barry Manilow. Toiley, what was your first concert you ever went to?
My first concert was the Oak Ridge Boys. I went to the Oak Ridge Boys at the Circle Star Theater. And I went, listen to this, John. My grandmother was a huge Oak Ridge Boys fan. So she came down from Oregon. We went to see the Oak Ridge Boys at the Circle Star Theater. My grandmother, now this is, I'm going to date myself, but this is, like 79, 80. I don't know. It was like, like old.
Wait, but you're in your 30s. How can that?
Yeah. And you bought Barry Manilow live. And Styx Pieces of Eight. With a little bit before that.
Is there a clown walking by? No?
Yeah, there's a clown walking by. No, listen, John.
Faces. Go on.
We go in, my grandmother, my sweet, wonderful, charming grandmother, sneaks a tape recorder into the venue to bootleg the concert. Now, you got to remember that this was the late 70s, early 80s. How big was that tape recorder? You're right. She put it in her purse. She went in and she bootlegged the whole concert.
Or was it a cassette? Was it a cassette?
Yeah, we had to run a car. We had to run a cable from the car into the venue. It was nuts. It was a reel to reel.
Tapes? Oh,
God.
Funny.
But yeah.
I thought your grandma was going to be like a groupie or something and go.
She was. She was. She loved William Golden, the guy with the beard. You know the guy in the Oak Ridge Boys with the big long beard? That was her guy. She loved that. She loved that guy. Anyway, that's the story. So, Barry Manilow and Styx. Can you play a little Styx for us, John?
I'm sailing. I'm not going to sing.
Away!
In 8th grade, we were in a band with these other kids in my 8th grade, and we'd play that song. We did that.
What was the name of the band?
Fire. Fuzz with 3 Z's.
Yeah! Get it! Get it, John! Oh, that was fantastic.
So we did that song, and we did Fire by the Pointer Sisters. Those are the 2 songs we knew for the talent show.
Fantastic. And
where? Ask me. Well, get this though. So ask me what I played on "Come Sail Away." What instrument I played?
What instrument did you play on "Come Sail Away"?
What would you think I would play? Obviously,
the tambourine.
The drums.
What? Are you a drummer, John? Do you know how to drum?
No.
Oh.
There's 4 people in the band, 2 guys, 2 girls, and the one girl sort of played piano, so she wanted to play "Come Sail Away." And I was like, I don't really play drums, but I guess I can fake it for "Come Sail Away." It was not good at all.
Well, you got to do a lot of like cymbal trills. And
that was easy. The first part was easy. Yeah. That's easy. When you get to the fast part, though, yeah, it was not good. That was Fuzz with 3 Z's.
3 Z's. Where is Fuzz on Spotify? Can we get Fuzz?
Does recordings of that?
Does any recording exist? Do you think anywhere?
I don't think so. If there's out there in internet land, it was St. Felicitas Grade School in Euclid, Ohio. 1979 was the year. No, yes. So look for that recording. Who knows? There's not a video. There might be an audio, but I highly doubt it. Wow. I haven't thought of that in a while.
Well, there you go, John. 3 Z's. Fuzz with 3. Look for the new Fuzz t-shirt in the Toiley Tea Paper shop coming soon. All right. Well, John, play us out. It was good to see you, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye, John.
Bye.
John B. deHaas. Galpin, why don't you introduce our guest for us?
Toiley, today's guest is a comedian, actor, and musician who's appeared on Comedy Central. Please welcome Bill Larkin.
Bill Larkin, welcome to Wednesdays with Toiley.
Toiley, hi, I didn't hear you come in. How are you?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break into your house.
You're a welcome guest. Well, always. I've met many of your family here, obviously.
Yes.
In other rooms, but it's good to see you up close. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. It is so great to have you on the show. You are one of my favorite comedy musicians of all time, and I'm so happy to have you on the show and to chat with you about this.
Oh, well, it is an honor coming from you. Yes, let's chat. Let's definitely chat about everything and anything.
Excellent. Well, Bill, you are a hilarious comedy musician, but you are also an award-winning actor. And so what I wanted to start by asking is, what came first when you were growing up? Was it the music or the acting, performing? Which came first?
Oh, the old chicken and egg question.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say the music, because I was surrounded more by the music. I don't know if I ever told you this. I had Tom Lehrer albums when I was like 6. But we didn't have the insane part, and this tells you a little bit about my family, is that we had the LPs. We just didn't have a record player. So we had to listen to the record like this. Put up the record up to the ear. It didn't help. But no, we had music in the house growing up. My mom had a Ford Falcon. If you can, that gives you an idea how old I am. And the radio was always on, and so the music was definitely first. I even remember it through nursery school. All the pop music from the 70s. And acting, I think, started in 2nd grade when I was in a production of Pinocchio in my elementary school, and my twin brother got the role of Pinocchio, and I got the role of Toy Soldier number 2.
Oh, boy.
So
did that create some rivalry there at home?
Yeah. Oh, it didn't. It was already there. It wasn't created for that. It just expanded. But I was good, though. I like to think I was better than Toy Soldier number 1. I don't even know his name now.
Where's that guy?
What's his IMDb? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Right.
Well, so when did you start playing the piano? When did that come into you taking piano lessons and stuff?
Started at 8 years old and took lessons up until the time I was 17. So basically 10 years. And I never. My teacher, I think, would be a little disappointed in that I don't really sight read anymore. I play mostly by ear. I played at Howl at the Moon and doing piano bars, which has been great for about 20 years. But and I played for improv shows. But the sight reading and the classical training all went out the window. I always bring in like pop music, like sheet music of pop songs, because that's what I wanted to play. And he was, and fairly would say, okay, do the Schubert or the Tchaikovsky first. Then you can do your precious Phil Collins thing. I said,
Right.
okay. So we did a little of each. But again, by the time I was done playing and went to college, it was more about playing by ear. But that's come in handy for what I wind up doing now, which is playing for improv, doing my own stuff, working at piano bars, that kind of thing.
Did you ever play in a band? Were you ever like at a? I mean, I know kind of at the dueling piano bars you have like sort of a band, but have you ever got on the played with a band?
I was never real. I was in a one-time band where we did a one-time album, sort of a Traveling Wilburys kind of thing, I guess. It was called Winky. Our band was called Winky. And what was nice was, and I don't know how you could get access to this album. Maybe it's available in a few channels, but it's all people I performed with in Orlando, Florida at SAC Theater, which is, you may know, was the theater sports branch out there. And SAC Theater is still open. But it was a lot of comedic performers, and we formed a comedy band. And again, did that one album. And my contribution was a little dated. It had references to like Susan Powder. It gives you an idea.
Right.
Suzanne, something like that. But I think that was the only time I was officially in a band. Was that one time?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now your first album is called Bill's Family Fun Time, and all the songs had to do with different members of your family. Were those autobiographical songs? Were those true stories of things that happened in your life?
I guess the autobiographical part of it was like when I say I have a song about my twin brother, that I have a twin brother, or that I have a song about my mom, that I have a mom.
Right.
Those ones are a little autobiographical. After that, I kind of just made stuff up for the rest of the album, because you got to do a whole album.
Right.
And so it was. I would say it was a mix. It was, stuff that the twin songs mostly just about sibling rivalry in general, and the mom song was, it is about the particular things about how nitpicky mom can be, and et cetera, et cetera. By the way, how is your family? I don't know much about your family.
Well, I got my mom was a tree, and my dad was a industrial toilet paper manufacturing machine, and they met and fell in love, and then me and about 600 of my brothers and sisters, we were all born. And
wow! That sounds like a TLC reality show. 600 members of your family.
It's crazy, and we're spread out across the United States. This year has been rough because of the toilet paper hoarding. None of us want to get hoarded, But other than that, I've just been laying low. And every once in a while, I hear from a cousin or something,
That's nice. Well, good. It's good you all stay in touch. That's good.
Yeah. I should write a song about my 500 twins, 500 twin brothers and sisters.
I think it would sound something like this.
Oh, let's hear it.
No, that would be you. You would have to come in.
Oh,
no,
I thought you were going to play something. No, it's all good. Hey, now I wanted to ask you, your second album is called Knowing Your Audience, right. And there was quite a bit of time between the first album and the second album. Did you just want it to be like, I'm going to perfect these songs and take 10 years or so to really get them good before I put it out?
No, laziness. No.
Lazy? Okay.
All laziness.
Now that album... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. Well, they're like 5 minutes from where I live is a jazz club called the Green Mill. And they did, and hopefully again will do, a show called The Paper Machete, which was like this. It became, a lot of performers have their creative playground where they hone their work and get to perform. And I had discovered that in 2012. And I only started writing songs again. Yeah, I took a break because I was working at piano bars, doing theater, whatever. But in 2012, this venue was looking for performers, and I started writing again. And eventually I had enough material that I could have an album, and the owner of the club was like, do you want to record it here? And I said, yes, owner of this world-famous jazz club. I would love to do that.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Now, the first album was a studio album. This album is a Knowing Your Audience is a live album. Do you have a preference between a studio album or a live album, or
I mean, oh my gosh! Strangely, the live album was easier. You think it'd be the other way around? Because maybe when you're doing a studio album, it's like, you hear it and then go through it with a fine tooth comb and go like, no, I want to do that again. Blah, blah, blah. Live album, you better do it right the first time, or you can do what I wound up doing, which is doing a second or third take. But beyond that, it's like, no, the audience has to go home. So you try to make it, and I lucked out. I had a great sound crew and people running the place, so it was all sounding and looking good. It was just a matter of me getting it all down. And then, the other takes we did were fine. So, I mean, setting it up and doing that, that was not simple, but I think simpler than, because your brain gets stuck if you're recording from home and like, no, I'm going to keep going. And
Yeah. Well, I am a big fan of your music, and you know who else is a huge fan of your music? Is Weird Al Yankovic. How does it feel to have Weird Al say such great things about your songs?
Oh, my gosh. A good friend of mine who I think you know personally told me during an episode of Dr. Demento, I think he was promoting Straight Outta Linwood, I want to say, that because I wasn't getting... Like, I didn't have radio stations, so I wasn't listening to Dr. Demento as much as I could. Didn't really know how to do it online. And then my friend sent me a link to Weird Al promoting his album on the show. And then Dr. Demento said, okay, you're the DJ now, Weird Al. If you wanted to play a song, what would you play? And he played my grandpa's song. And it was like, holy mother of what?
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
That blew me away. And he's been very kind. He reaches me often. He was here in Chicago and got my friends and I tickets to the Chicago Theater, and we met up afterwards. It's the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah. Fantastic. Now, I wanted to talk, before you favor us with a song, I wanted to ask about this show you're doing on Twitch called Parody Song Improv. What can you tell us about this show?
Well, it started as many things do, just, again, laziness and boredom, but especially during lockdown, it's like, oh, I got to do something with my time. And in June, I came up with a concept of making up parody songs. So basically, my years at Howl at the Moon and dueling piano bars, knowing pop music, and years earlier doing improv, I thought, okay, I'll try to combine them. And basically, people will give me suggestions on Twitch of just pop songs, as if you're at a piano bar. And then they or someone in the chat section can take that title, tweak it a little bit, and change the title. So instead of like a virgin, somebody might do somebody asked for like a sturgeon. We want to do like a surgeon because Al did that. Right. But somebody did, hey, do like a sturgeon. So I made up a song about a fish. It was great. So we've been doing that every weekend now for 8 months, which is crazy.
Wow.
And I do it every Friday and Saturday on Twitch, which is Bill Larkin Music. And we'll keep doing it until, I don't know, whenever. But I'm having a blast. It's so much fun to do.
Now, is there new material coming out of those things? Like, are you writing some of these ideas down?
A little bit. Like, the ideas the audience comes up with are insanely funny. And I wouldn't want to, for most of them, I wouldn't want to take their ideas, although, because I don't really write parodies outside of there. They're mostly originals. Right. But, no, sometimes, there'll be an element of something that somebody gives me, and I thought, oh, yeah, that could be a jumping off point for another song. I actually haven't written songs for another album yet. Maybe it'll be another whatever that was. 18 years in between. We'll see.
Right.
So check out 2039. At least it's good that the creative juices are somewhat flowing during this time.
Right.
And if ideas but that's just it. If I want to write a song, it's like, okay, it's something I really want to get off my chest or something I personally really find funny. And so there's a few of those, but during the interim, just doing this as a bit of a creativity exercise, but also as a show, it's been wonderful.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, I think everybody should go check it out. Bill, could you play us a little song? Could you tickle our funny bones while you tickle the ivories?
Oh, this is so unexpected.
Oh, if only you had a piano nearby. If only.
What the? Sure. I'd love to. As I mentioned, I do have a twin brother, and again, that isn't a joke. I do have a twin brother. He's my fraternal twin. His name is Jim. He actually lives in Chicago now, by the way. He just moved.
Wow.
And a long time ago, even though this is from my first album from 20 years ago, I wrote the song much earlier. I wrote it when I was 8 years old for him. He was also 8 at the time, because that's math. And I'll do the song. And thank you, Toiley, for having me.
Of course. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Larkin.
Okay, here we go. You're my twin. You're my twin brother. We've always been together each day of our lives. And now I must tell you, my one and only twin. When I was born, Mom and Dad were so happy. But then you came out too, and they cried and cried, 'cause they only wanted one. And you ruined all their dreams. And we tried to leave you at the hospital, but the doctors, they made us take you home. Now we're miserable as hell, and we wish you were not living with us. And we thought of throwing you in the dumpster, but of course we can't do that. You're my twin. My 20 twin. You haven't got a friend in the world, and you smell like rotten meat. You're all so stupid. My stupid rotten meat-scented twin. And you're the reason Dad's always drinking, and why Mom is always drinking as well. When you fall asleep tonight, I will cover up your nose and mouth. You will not be able to breathe. And when morning comes, you will be dead. And then Mom and Dad will see your dead body, and we'll laugh and be so damn happy, 'cause we'll finally have the family we wanted, and the world will become a better place. Everywhere we go will be rainbows and lollipops. Everyone will get along with each other, and because you're dead, we'll all throw a party. Everyone will be invited to the party, and the people will all bring gifts to the party, and the gifts will be for Mom, Dad, and me. And you won't have any gifts for yourself. That's because you will be dead. My twin brother. Oh, Mom and Dad don't love you. Ooh, you're my twin.
Oh my God, always hilarious. Bill, that is just, you're so funny. You just make me laugh and laugh.
I appreciate you, Toiley. I love watching you all the time and seeing what you're up to, so thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Now, if people want to follow you online, where can they go?
Oh, the socials. Well.
Yes.
Let's see. There's Facebook and Twitch are both Bill Larkin Music. But Instagram is the Bill Larkin. I decided to make it a little confusing. And YouTube is just Bill. I actually have to think, because I'm rarely on YouTube. So I'd say Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram. And yeah, the Twitch show, Parody Song Improv, is on Twitch. That's Bill Larkin Music. So.
Excellent. Well, Bill, thank you so much for coming by. It was so great talking to you. And I hope that we can see each other soon.
Someday soon. Thank you, Toiley.
What a show! My thanks to Bill Larkin for being our guest, my thanks to John B. deHaas, and my thanks to you for tuning in to Wednesdays with Toiley. Galpin, get us out of here, 'cause I gotta go!
You've been watching Wednesdays with Toiley, starring Toiley Tea Paper, with Toiley's special guest, Bill Larkin, and musical director, John B. deHaas. For Wednesdays with Toiley, this is your announcer, Galpin Ford, saying good night. Galpin Ford's wardrobe provided by Sims of North Hollywood.